Alright, so right now I'm testing to see if my camera is still working because I dropped it. I just finished filming a video and I was stepping away and my intuition told me to put away my camera or it might fall. And right when I stepped away, it fell. So always follow your intuition because we were blessed with that for a reason. I'm just so glad that my camera still works and that nothing appears to be broken. So yay. Hey everyone, it is March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, so as you can see I'm wearing my green. And other than that, I wanted to update you all where I'm at on my reader's blog, what I have been up to as far as that. So I did end up finishing the comic series, part 1 of Cheese Sweet Home. And this is the cutest little comic you will ever come across. And I think what made the difference for me is that each page is fully colored. Look how vibrant those colors are. And it made the story really pop off the page. I think if you are a cat lover, you will absolutely love this little comic series. And if you want something lighthearted, easygoing, and fun, you will like this comic series, or I recommend this comic series. I originally picked this up because I was going through a span where I was having nightmares, and that's a recurring thing that happens with me. I will have just go through nightmare after nightmare, like every night when I go to bed I will have a nightmare, and they're pretty horrifying. They're really, really bad. So the reason I picked this up was kind of to have something light and fun, not serious at all, just to kind of take my mind out of whatever mindset it was in for me to be having these recurring nightmares. So highly recommend. I think I will pick up part 2. It's so cute and so adorable. And I don't know, I just like the vibrantness of this series and just how fun and carefree it is. I think I need that. I just need that sometimes. So other than that, I plan on continuing a manga series that I am following. I am going to read Monster Part 2, which is about a doctor who saves a boy's life who in turn grows up to be a serial killer. Where it left off in Volume 1, it left off on a cliffhanger, so I'm looking forward to reading this and just seeing how the story unfolds. And of course, every week I go to the library for my kid and pick up her children's books. But as I was browsing, I found a book for myself that I wanted to check out. This is a book series that I've heard about and I've heard it's really good. And that is The Ranger's Apprentice by John Flanagan. And I should not be getting any library books because I own a lot of books that I should be reading, and that is part of my yearly goal. But you know what? I've seen this book and it's one that I really want to read, so I decided to pick it up. I think it's pretty short, so I think I can blow through it pretty quickly. So yeah, at first I felt bad about it, like, oh, I should read the books that I have, but then again, I don't feel bad about it because I want to read it. So yeah. Where did you go today?
To a book fair.
Show us what you got.
Okay. Ever After High. Here's the back of the book.
Hey everyone, it's March 20th and I want to update my reader's vlog. I just finished it yesterday, the second volume in the manga series called Monster, and this was really great. I didn't think it was possible for the next volume to be even more suspenseful, but it was really intense and I liked it. The storyline is starting to start revealing things, but at the same time still getting more complex. So yes, I really enjoyed this one. I believe I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. So one of the things that I thought was really cool after I finished reading the manga is at the very end of the book it has a glossary of sound effects, which I don't think I've seen in any other mangas that I have read before, and it looks like this, and it's really cool. That's probably too small for you all to read, but so like if in one of the panels he writes these letters to kind of give the sound effect of what is happening in the scene, whether it be like the wind blowing or somebody slamming the door. Each of those words is listed in this glossary. Like for example, he has whoosh for like a train when the train's passing by, and so yeah, I thought it was really cool because he has like many different ways where he does the sound effects for footsteps, whether they're stomping or walking or running, you know, and that's really cool. So yeah, I never really put too much thought in like sound effects when reading, but that's one of the things I really like, that when you read manga, you really are able to envision it in your head, and when a character like slams the door, you can actually hear the door slamming in your head. At least that's how it is for me when I read manga. I'm very much a visual person and have a lot of imagination when I read, so yeah, really enjoyed this series, plan on continuing with the rest of it. Hey everyone, it's March 25th and I recently finished the book Ranger's Apprentice by John Flanagan. And this book is about a young guy named Will. He has made it up in his mind that he wants to become a knight and go to battle school, and that is the school in which you finish that so you can become a knight one day. And things go kind of sideways and his plans don't come to fruition, and he ends up being taken in by a ranger and becomes like a ranger's apprentice. Now rangers in this story are kind of mysterious and dark and brooding, and people tend to kind of shy away from them because they don't really know much about them. And Will is taken in to become a ranger's apprentice, and he, along with us, is kind of learning like what that entails exactly, what the difference between a knight and a ranger is. And I finished book 1. I don't know the big difference between the two yet, but this is a longer series. This is book 1 in a long series. So it barely scratched the surface in regards to what a ranger is, but it's kind of fun, you know. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I'm looking forward to seeing like what goes into being a ranger. Like, do they have any powers, or is there anything that makes them particularly special? Yeah, so this book 1 kind of is very introductory to being introduced to rangers, and kind of introductory to all the characters, and just where they're kind of starting out as far as their personalities. And it's very apparent that Will is going to grow a lot within the series, so I do plan on continuing to read this series, yet another series I have started. So yeah, gonna continue it. I enjoyed it. It was a fast read. I kind of nursed it for a couple days, but if you wanted to read it in one day, that's very doable. So yeah, 4 stars. So as far as how the rest of my month is going, it's pretty laid back. I'm kind of taking it easy and just kind of doing what I want. Like if I don't feel like reading, or if all I want to read is manga, that's what's happening this month. And I tried to listen to a few audiobooks. Audiobooks were kind of a miss for me this month because I waited in line for like 14 days to get this audiobook on Overdrive, and finally when it was my turn to check it out, I started it and was very underwhelmed with how the story was going, so I just returned it. And I even tried like a couple more audiobooks and I just wasn't feeling it. Like the story wasn't really captivating, or the narrator, I didn't like the narrator's voice or how they were reading the book. So a lot of misses when it comes to audiobooks, because I do like to listen to audiobooks when I clean. Like I clean for longer and it's not as boring when I'm listening to an audiobook. So a lot of misses. I'm trying out another audiobook called The Goldfinch, and so far it's sounding pretty good. I like the story so far, but it's definitely a little depressing in the beginning. I'm still in the beginning of the book, and so far it's kind of depressing. So yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. Other than that, we have a few more days left in March, and we'll see how things go.